Hello and welcome to day 28 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day yoga challenge to set us up in a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's focus is about playfulness, and in today's flow, we'll be incorporating some playful moves and a little bit of shaking. Shaking actually activates the body's natural relaxation response, allowing for a sense of release and letting go. Not only does it help our circulation, but it lets the muscles within our body relax, helping us to release emotional and mental tension too. So get yourself comfy for our 3-minute grounding meditation. Do stick around until the end to find out what today's mindfulness task is, and please subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with this challenge and see what's next. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet, noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. For today's playful practice, I'm going to invite you to come and start standing at one end of your mat. I've already placed one block at either end. We will be shifting so that at some point this will be the front and then that will be the front, and a block could be useful for a little balance at one point. Bring the palms in, thumb tips to heart space. Reach those hands up, inhale. And forward fold, exhalation. Take a halfway lift, fingers to the shins, and step back to downward facing dog. Give that a little pedal out. Maybe you're inviting an exhalation or two out through the mouth.
Just feeling into the body in a familiar pose, settling and finding that connection to breath, to body, to now. And then from here, start to walk the feet up towards the top edge of your mat, towards your hands. Take a moment to dangle, soften the knees, and then unravel slowly until we come to stand once again. From here, we're going to take a balance. So shift the weight into your right foot. Little micro bend can be helpful. And start to hover the left knee, gathering the knee up and in. Eyes focused, drishti point in front of you somewhere. Trying to hold yourself steadfast in this balance. So this could be a little bit tricky, this transition, hence why having a block could be handy. But we're going to take a standing twist to begin with. So I've just lowered the knee roughly same height as the hip. And then right hand will stay holding onto the knee. Left hand could slowly draw back towards the hip. And the heart starts to twist open towards the left side. Don't worry about where the gaze goes. Let it sort of go where it feels comfortable through the neck. So it's leading much more through heart space in our twist. In a moment, we're going to land our left hand to the earth and extend the left leg back and bring the right hand to the hip. So we end up in a twisted pose, bringing the left hand to the earth, right hand to the hip. If you want to, grab that block on the way down. Twisted half moon, opening the right shoulder, opening the heart towards the right side. If that's too much, keep the heart facing down, keeping right hand to the hip. So we're going to transition up and down through these two poses, playfully in your own rhythm of breath. So I'm going to start to lift the heart, scissor that left knee up and forwards, taking my standing twist, and then into my twisted half moon. Just playing with that rhythm that works well for your breath and for your balance today. I like to sort of be a little buoyant and bouncy through the standing leg to help engage those muscles for the support of the balance. Next time you land the left hand to block or earth, pause in your twist for a breath, and then gently step the left toes back, both hands earth. And then from here, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot and see if you can let your hips really melt down. I'm keeping the back knee lifted. If you needed to, you could lower it to the earth. Bit of a lizard lunge here, opening up through those hips. One more breath, being quite active through the legs if we can. Hover the back knee. And then drop the back knee to the earth. And I'm going to start to use my core to see if I can lift. If you need to, hands will place on top of your right thigh. But I'm going to lead with my left hand and left shoulder. And I'm going to start to take some swimming, like backstroke actions through the shoulders to actually lift myself up. Bringing right hand to the right hip. And then continue to sort of swim that backward stroke. As you lift the gaze, lift the heart, you might choose to open up through the arms. I'm just sort of drawing hands low but wide. And then bring your hands to the mat and three-legged dog to follow. Sweep the right leg up and back. Let's open up that right hip. Kick the heel to the buttock and try to direct the right knee towards the ceiling. We're not overthinking alignment today, but do check in if you've just started to really lift the right shoulder. For some of us, we need a little more integrity. I'm keeping shoulders pretty much even, parallel to one another. Injecting a little more energy into my right glute to lift the right knee. The hip can be lifted. So it could be that you need to observe this, and it might be that you'll want to drop the right knee to the earth. So I'm going to give you an option here. It could be that we start to draw the weight forwards and just tap the right knee to the ground. So that's option number 1, all right? And perhaps you'll be following that through a few rounds. Option number 2 is actually kicking the right leg underneath us. So I've lifted the right leg to the sky first. Option number 2 coming your way. Swivel on the left toes. Bring the heel down to the earth. And then drop the buttocks and extend the leg. Maybe tap the toes. So this is option number 2. Option number 3 coming at you, you will not drop the hips. So it's kind of like a little funky breakdancing move. No idea what this might be called. We're going to call it our little funky breakdance. I'm going to swivel back to 3-legged dog. So remember, option 1 could be drop the knee. Option 2 could be drop hips, swivel through. Option 3 is the same as option 2 without dropping the hips. And then maybe you extend and touch the toes. So see if you can take sort of 1 to 3 rounds as we flow with the rhythm of our own breath. And I'm going to go for 1 more round. And then if you can, come and meet hips towards the earth. So if you did drop the knee, you're going to drop the right hip, swivel around to face the back of your mat. Some of you will have the right leg lifted already. Everybody start to lift the right leg and bring left foot to the earth. See if you can take hold somewhere along the back of that right leg. Could be with the knee bent, lifting the heart, trying to bring belly to thighs. Some of us will be able to extend further, grab towards the ankle, draw the shoulders back. We're going to roll our spine to lie down, and then we're going to roll forwards to a forward fold. You may need to do that a few times. Perhaps you start lying down. I'm going to go ahead and roll. I feel like I might be a little too close to the block behind me. So I'm going to roll back, collapsing the spine, roll forwards, hands push down to guide. Maybe some of you like to do that in 2 or 3 rounds. There we go with hitting the block. I'm going to go for 1 more. Bending down, rolling. And come to meet forward fold. This time at the base of your mat, let yourself dangle. Maybe a nice juicy exhale through the mouth. And then we'll begin to unravel and roll our way up to stand. And we're just going to start by shaking out those arms here. Shaking can be used as a really wonderful, simple tool to help regulate the nervous system. That's why we humans really love to dance, in fact. Shaking out the body is really a tool that we can think about as getting close to our natural state of fight and flight that we can possibly go. And then it could be that you want to also get a leg involved. Don't worry about things looking exactly the same as me. It might be that you're hopping around a lot more, maybe jumping. Maybe you're even making noises or exhales out through the mouth. Don't feel like you have to be rhythmical in any way about it. Just letting yourself shake out. Something very primal about shaking. I'm going to invite you to start slowing down now. And you don't have to suddenly stop, but just start to slow down. The primal act of shaking, if you think about animals in the wild who cower and shake in fear, the nervous system knows what to do to release anxiety, adrenaline from the body. Blink the eyes open if they are closed. And then this time, start to bring the weight into your left leg and the right leg is going to hover. Let's go ahead and take hold of that knee, give it a good squeeze, just find balance to begin with. It could be if you've only got one block, you'll Want the block to be brought now to what is the top edge of your mat. And then when you feel sort of balanced and stable, let's take our standing twist. So it's our left hand to the right knee, right hand to the hip there, and open the heart to the right side. Let your heart sort of take your gaze where it needs to be, not the other way around. Lead this action from heart space. And then we're going to be taking our twisted half moon. So it'll be right hand to the earth, left hand to the hip. Start to face forwards. Maybe you're grabbing that block along the way. I was enjoying that on the other side. When I practice on carpet, it is extra plush and wibbly wobbly. So I'm going to grab my block today. Take a pause. Maybe the heart can turn towards the left side. Do check in with the hip height. We want them to be roughly the same. And then slowly going back up through to your standing twist. So remember that this is your practice. Don't feel that you have to be in time with me. Let your breath lead you and let the heart lead the movement. It could be that just having the heart to face straight down is what you need through this transition. I like to really bend and be quite buoyant through the standing leg. So next time you land right hand to block or earth, pause there. Take a full breath, find strength and stability in your balance first. Then we start to bend deep through the left leg to step right foot back. Hands plant to the inside of that left foot. So I'm going to wiggle my right foot further back so that the hips can start to lower. And we're being quite active if possible through our lizard lunge stretch. Trying to push the right heel towards the back of the mat. Trying to keep the knee hovered. Last breath. And then we'll grace the earth with the right knee. I'm going to lead with my right shoulder here. So it's like I'm doing a little backstroke action through the upper body. And then if it feels okay to turn the sternum up, turn the gaze up, but do keep a little control through core so you're not just hanging out into the lower back. Maybe pause with a little open heart arm action and then gently bring your hands to the mat. We're ending up in three-legged dog. So we want to sweep left leg up and back all the way upwards. Kick the heel to the buttock and open that left knee. Can we find strength through core, strong arms? I'm going to try to avoid stacking the shoulders, but I am trying to lift my left hip and knee. So there's some glute action, trying to switch on here to lift left knee even higher. And then your choice, remember it could be left knee to the earth, option 1. Option 2 is to swivel through, lifting the right hand buttocks to the earth, maybe tap towards the toes if that's available. Option 3 will be keeping the hips off the earth and reaching towards the toes. So you'll sweep through that maybe about 3 times, could be less. All right, so I'm going to go for those sweeping action. You might notice one side feels a whole lot more obtainable than the other. Just working within your own realms. Now, if you do drop the knee to the earth on your last round, which is now, you'll want to drop left hip to the earth. Everybody come around to face the previous front of the mat. It'll be the front again. And then see if you can sit tall. Right foot is to the earth, right knee bent. And we're seeing if we can lift our heart space towards that left leg. We could be in a different action with the knee bent, holding onto the back of the knee, the thigh. And last breath. So check that there's nothing behind you. I'm going to scoot a little more to center. And then we're going to be rolling back. I do feel like this block is a little too close. So maybe we're rocking and rolling a few times. You may not end up in that forward fold so gracefully or easily. Just seeing what you can do there. Perhaps you make your way a different way to meet into a forward fold. at the top of your mat, dangle for a breath, and then unravel all the way. Come to pause, standing. Feel into stability of the feet grounded. Let's see if we can let go. One more time, be as free as we can. And you can really move off your mat now, just whatever you need. Maybe close the eyes. If you've ever watched Friends, a fan of Friends, we want to see if we can bring an element of Phoebe and her amazing running, where she does not care what she looks like. So find freedom in your movement. Jiggle around, shake it out. Any kind of breath that works. Let's see if we can reset. And then maybe you pause just again for another breath. And then I invite you to really slowly make your way down to child's pose. You can really simply step back, any variation that works. And be with your body in this moment of rebound and reset. Slowly beginning to add a little wiggle, movement to your body. Gently awaken your physical body to come and sit. Taking in your surroundings. Thank you once again for joining today's Mindful Mornings practice. See you again tomorrow. Here's your mindfulness task for today. Find a moment to engage in a spontaneous dance party. Put on your favorite upbeat song and let yourself move freely to the rhythm. Embrace the joy of dancing without any judgment or self-consciousness. Allow yourself to let go and have fun with the music and your body. Remember, it's all about playfulness and enjoying the present moment.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.